So right now we have, hey Kian. So right now we have, so we have Marco and Anaya who are attending this class for the first time. And there are a couple of things that I want you guys to be aware of. Okay, in this class, our focus is always on understanding or following the concepts. Okay, so I'll explain the concepts, and I would want you guys to participate in those concepts, argue with me, discuss with me something that is not clear to you. I don't want you guys to take any notes because whatever I'm doing, that is getting recorded. Okay, I and the board both are getting recorded, and I'll upload the video of the class for you guys to refer to it later. Okay, so don't worry about taking notes when I'm teaching. Focus on following the concepts. If there is any doubt, feel free to ask me. Okay. Hello, Naita. So, and Kian, this is your first class for level 2. So, Kian, you have been in the previous classes, you know how the class works. But with more and more kids coming in the class, I will suggest or prescribe you guys to ask questions when there is a reason for it. We will try to cut down on the discussions that are not productive, okay? Alright? So, in today's class, what we are going to learn? Let me just reiterate what we are going to cover today. So in today's class, we are going to cover system of equations, system of linear equations. Now you guys must be thinking, what exactly is that? What is your understanding of system of equations? Let's see. Anaya, any idea, beta?
No.
No. Anahita, any idea what is system of equation? No. Kian?
Sir?
Yep.
A system of equations are perhaps the rules of the equation has to follow, such as it.
Stop it there. Stop it there. Because I will not let you guys traverse in the wrong direction too far. Otherwise, catching up will be difficult. That's why I'm stopping you. First of all, what is equation? Let's start from equation. What is your understanding of equation? What is your understanding of the equation? What is an equation? Yeah, Kian, go ahead.
I think an equation is a number sentence with an equal sign.
Okay. How about Naita?
Equation for the base equation like the equation of expression.
Okay. I have a lame definition of an equation. Marco, any idea? What have you heard the term equation? What is that?
I have no idea.
No idea?
I'm listening.
Okay. So, what is this sign? Equal to sign?
Yeah.
Yeah? If I put something around it, let's say 4x plus 8 equal to 17.
Now it's an equation.
Sir, so your equation has to make sense.
What is that?
Your equation has to make sense and use four operations correctly.
It's not making sense right now? Or it's making sense?
It's not making sense, sir.
It's not making sense? So then, okay.
The answer to the problem has to be on one side of the equation, and the other side should be the steps you use to get to that.
Okay, so here is my advice. We should make judgment after learning things. Let's not make a judgment in the beginning of the discussion itself. There's a lot to learn. Let's focus on learning. If somebody says this equation doesn't make sense, that's BS. Let's not go there, okay? We should cut down on what we are talking. Just talking doesn't go far. Yes, Anahita, you're saying something. Unmute yourself, then only I can hear you better.
I
Right. No, so don't try solving it. But I'm not in a hurry. No, I'm not in a hurry to solve this. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm stopping you guys from going the wrong direction. Okay. Sometimes if I'm using hard statements, the reason is I don't want you guys to get deviated too much that recovery becomes impossible. This is an equation. Nobody can challenge this. Okay. If I write this, if I write all these are equations, nobody can challenge this. Everything makes sense. Why? Lo Yaganya. Can you hear me okay, beta? Okay. For you, there's a word that you'll hear very often from me, that is beta. Beta means son, a child.
Yeah,
Okay?
I know.
So don't worry about it, okay? I'm not trying to say anything bad to anybody, okay? You all are my child here, okay? Alright, Yaganya, are you able to hear me okay? I know you had some problem with your laptop before. No? Okay. So, I was hoping that somebody is about to knock at the door.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm starting the journey afresh. Okay. Bear with me, guys. If I say something which doesn't sound right, I'm not trying to scare anybody. Okay. I'm not a person who can even afford to scare anybody. I'm just trying to get you guys in the right direction. That's all. Now, simple definition. Nahita, your video is off, beta. Jaganya and Nahita, I would request you guys to keep your video on. Anything which any set of things, the information that you see which has an equal to sign, that qualifies to be called an equation. Now, if you look at any equation, it has a couple of components to it. Read this equation, 4x plus 8 equal to 17. 8 and 17 are constants. 17 is 17, okay? 17 will remain 17 till end of my life. It will not change from 17 to 16.9 also. Neither will 8 change to 8.1, okay? It will remain fixed. That's why it's called constant. The value of these things don't change, yeah? Now, here you see x. These are the unknowns that could change tomorrow, depending on circumstances. They are called variables. Okay? So now I can put these thoughts together and say, what is an equation? Equation is a combination of terms which have some constants and some variables. Here, if you look at this equation, you have x as a variable, 8, 4 and 17 as constants. If you look at this equation, this is also equation because you are equal to sign. Here x and y are variables, 8, 9 and 25 are constants. Yeah? You look at this equation, x, y and z are variables, 3, 2, 5, 7 and 39 are constants. Is that clear? Everybody? Kian? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, let me give you guys one more theory to it. When you look at this equation, or this equation, here you have one variable, here you have two variables. Yeah? When you look at this equation, when you have only one variable, only x, this is a simple calculation from which you can find out the value of x. I'll show you guys how to do it. When you look at this equation, this is nothing but an agreement between x and y to get this output. What x, let's say x is me, y is let's say Marco, okay? So we have agreed, we have signed a contract that my value is part of my value times 8 minus 9 times Marco's value will be equal to 25. Okay? So any equation and every equation that you will see, that is nothing but the agreement between the contracts. And I know I'm kind of getting you guys loaded a little bit right now. Let me simplify it. So for next 1 year or maybe 1.5 years, okay, I will not bother you guys with this kind of equation where you have square, cube and those kind of things, okay. These things I will wait for you guys to grow up a little bit more, then we'll come to this. We'll deal with easy looking problems, okay. Math is not meant for scaring anybody. If I am doing so, I will fix it. We will deal with things like this. There is no square, there is no cube. Okay, things are looking easier. Not very scary, right? Anaya, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anahita, okay? Not scared anybody, right? Marco, okay? Yaganya, upset with me so far? Still upset with me? This is the third class when I could not hear Yaganya. How about Kian, okay? Not scared of me, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Also for 2x plus y equals 18, there's multiple ways you could do it, but
Don't-
one could be
I am not in a hurry. Don't rush. Because when we rush, that is when we are more prone to making mistakes. Let's digest the concept first. Okay? So I'm stopping you, Kian, for a reason, okay? Don't rush. Here, what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to inject the idea in your minds that what does these equations mean to us? Look at this one. Here, x is the only variable. And you can solve for this. We'll figure out how to solve it. Here, when you look at x and this equation, you have two variables, x and y. Okay? This is where there is a contract between x and y. Let's say x is Anaya and y is Anahita. Okay? So Anaya and Anahita have agreed that okay, 2 times Anaya's value plus Anahita's 1 time of Anahita's value will be 18. So what happens? Let's say Anaya says I am 10. Now I'm not talking about age, okay? I'm talking about number, okay? $10, 10 pounds of vegetables you bought, whatever it is. Anaya says I am 10. So this is 10 times 2 plus Anahita's value will be equal to 18. So when Anaya is 10, Anahita's value will be 10 times 2 is 20, 18 minus 20 will be minus 2. So when Anaya assigned a value for herself as 10, Anahita's value was minus 2. Okay? When Anaya said, okay, I am 5. So 5 into 2 plus Anahita's value is equal to 18. So 5 into 2 is 10 plus y equal to 18. That means y is 18 minus 10. That is 8. So when Anaya was 10, Anahita was minus 2. When Anaya was 5, Anaya became 5, Anahita's value changed to 8. Why? Because they have a contract. Regardless of what my value changes, together we will get this as an outcome. This as an outcome. So that's why I'm calling this a contract. Anaya and Anahita can keep on fighting with each other, say, okay, now I'm 7. Anahita changes. Anaya says, no, now I'm 0. Anahita changes. Net, this outcome cannot change. Okay? One person changes, correspondingly the other person's value will change to get the same outcome. That's why I say when you see an equation, that is nothing but a contract between the variables to get this outcome. Does it make sense? Let's look at some examples. That will clear the dust a little bit more. So for Marco and Anaya, you guys are the first time victim of my teaching. Are you able to follow me okay? Am I speaking okay? Yeah? Not very fast, not very cryptic? Okay. Kian, you have dealt with me for some time, so Kian knows how good or bad I am. Yeah? Okay, now let's double click on the same concept again. I am saying x plus 2y equal to 7. Okay? So, going by the theory that I was giving you guys 5 minutes ago, it is a contract between x and y, where x and y have agreed that okay, my value plus 2 times your value will be equal to 7. Let's put that in a table. So x and y have agreed, okay, that whatever we do with our one value, correspondingly the other value will change to get this outcome. Let's say what happens when x is 0. When x is 0, 0 plus 2y equal to 7. How much will be the value of y? 2y equal to 7. So y equals 7 by 2. Correct? Is that okay? Because you are multiplying 2 by y. When 2 crosses the border, goes to the other side, it goes like this, like a butterfly. From top it will go to the bottom. If it is here as a denominator, it will go to the top. Yeah? And is it making sense better? Yeah? Okay. Yeah.
I'm able to understand.
Okay. Right. Okay. So it takes a couple of classes to kind of get used to an old man, but I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not wasting your time and you guys are able to follow me. Yeah, Marco, okay? So here, when we put a value of x equal to 0, my value of y was 7 by 2. So now it is following this contract. So 0 plus 2 times 7 by 2 will give you a 7. So your outcome is not changing. Yeah? Now, let's see what happens when I give x a value of 1. When I give x a value of 1, 1 plus 2 times y equal to 7. That means 2y will be equal to 7 minus 1. So when you cross something across the equal to sign, plus changes to minus, minus changes to plus, multiplication becomes division or vice versa. Yeah. So here, when 1 plus 2y equal to 7, 2y, if I am keeping this guy this side and moving this guy to the other side, becomes plus to minus. So 2y equals 7 minus 1, that is 6, or y equals 6 over 2, which is 3. So based on this contract, when you change one value, the other value changes correspondingly, other variable changes correspondingly to get you the same outcome. Yeah. Now look at this. If you take this combination, 0 plus 2 times 7 by 2 gives you 7. When you are 1 plus 2 times of 3. How much is this? 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 7. Yeah. So this is the deal. Any equation that you see, the variables have agreed for a contract. So that's why every equation I call it a contract between the variables. Yeah. And you can literally continue. You'll say, okay, fine, I want to play. And math is a subject to play with, okay? You'll say, okay, fine. How about when x is 5? When x is 5, 5 plus 2y equal to 7. That means 2y equals 7 minus 5. That is 2y equals 7 minus 5 is 2. Y equals 2 over 2. That is 1.
Sir?
Yeah.
So basically, whichever either x or y decide to change, the other number corresponds and changes with it.
Yes. Because that's the deal, right? They have agreed that we will not breach this contract. If one changes, the other one changes correspondingly to get the same outcome, okay? You cannot change the outcome, okay? It's like between me and Kian. That Kian is the student, I am the teacher. And we have agreed that we will learn math. And if I stop teaching, Kian will have to learn by himself so that his score doesn't get impacted, correct? You cannot afford to fail, correct? If I become a horrible teacher tomorrow, you guys have no option but to study by yourself. Correct? So in the case here, x is changing, y is changing correspondingly so that your outcome doesn't change. Let's say Anaya joined today and she joined to learn something and she realizes that this is a good class. She will continue. So she has a value if I am a teacher. If I am an okay teacher, she will say, okay, fine. Apart from this class, I would need to study 2 hours by myself so that my score doesn't get impacted. My outcome doesn't change. If she finds an excellent teacher, amazing teacher, she doesn't have to do anything after the class. She'll say, wonderful. I'll not study. I'll just pay attention to the class. I'm done. So that's the agreement between teacher and the student, depending on teacher's value. Anaya's value changes. So is the case with Marco. Anaya, everybody. Yeah? See, life is full of deals. We had a lot of deals during Thanksgiving and we are all waiting for Christmas deals now, right? So here also, so everything that we do with math, you'll be able to find a correlation with real life. That's what I will teach you guys so that it stays with you, it gets stuck concept level. Okay? Now, so this is the premise of the contract. Now, I will change the contract. Meaning, I am dealing with another equation. X minus 2y equal to 3. It's a new equation, new contract, new agreement between the variables. So now they are dealing with, or they are surviving for getting this outcome. One changes, other one correspondingly changes. Yeah. For every value of x, there will be corresponding value of y. For every value of y, there will be corresponding value of x. To make sure that this is the outcome. Yeah. Now, let me give you guys a new dimension to all that we are learning so far. I think somebody is outside. Give me a minute. Yes, give me a second, guys. Okay, there's one more kid who is just coming in. So far we looked at simple equation as a contract between the variables to get an outcome. When one value changes, other value, for every value of x, there is a corresponding value of y, so that you get this outcome. Have a seat. Yes, sure. 7:30. Okay, I will close the door, otherwise it will be super cold. So, your future. So, we started the class at 6:30 today, primarily because today happens to be my wife's birthday. So I have to spend 30 minutes with her. Okay? But it's okay. We will probably learn a little bit less today. Somebody with name Ayush. Can you turn your video on so that I would know whom I'm talking to? Oh, Ayush. I can relate to a face. Okay. And also Vivas. Am I saying it right? No? Vidans, my bad. I'm getting super bad with my memory, guys. Okay. Let me confirm the name. Bhavesh, keep your video on, brother. See, I'm getting too old. Yeah. Alright, so we started the class at 6:30 and because I had something to take care of on the personal front, which is so very important. So we talked about linear equation a little bit and we talked about equation, basic equation. So I'll repeat what I said and then we will talk about what else we want to learn. Okay. So for the kids, there is no new kid. So only Marco and Anaya. So and your name is
Suchit.
Suchit?
Yeah.
Suchit. So for all the new kids, I'm repeating myself one more time. When you're in the class, you don't have to worry about taking notes or anything. Because whatever I'm doing right now, that gets recorded through that iPad. And you will have the video of the class for your reference later on. Okay. So in the class, focus on following the concepts. That's the only thing that you have to do. And then I will explain the concepts and then give you guys some problem to solve. Deal with them, fight it out, argue with me. That's how we learn. Okay? So, we started with basic concepts around equation. So, Anaya and all the kids who have been with me for last 30 minutes? It'll be a quick recap, but don't worry. I'm not going to get you guys tired. So, what we talked about was, what is an equation? Swechha, you remember what we did in last class? You're talking to the mute button, I cannot hear you.
I think we were doing like with equations, and then we were basically just playing with like the variables
Right.
and exponents.
Right. So some of the kids were not in the last class, so I'm just redoing the whole thing to make sure that the concept gets glued to you all. Okay. So first thing we talked about was, what is an equation? Anything that has an equal to sign is called an equation. If I write 5x plus 3y and I pressurize you guys to say this is an equation, don't agree to that. Without an equal to sign, there is no equation that exists. Bhavish, does that sound okay? Kian okay? Both the Kians. Now we have two Kians. Kian A and Kian J. All right.
Yes, sir. I was talking to the mute button.
Yeah, that's okay. So, first thing is, if you have anything which has an equal to sign into it, that is when it qualifies for being called an equation. Now, when you decode this further or dig deeper into it, what you will see is every equation has something like numbers, which are called constant, and things like x and y, which are called variables. Because we don't know what is the value for those. Okay? Something that is known. 3 is, when I was like 3 years old or 2 years old, that time it was 3. Now 49, the 3 has not grown up from 3 to 4. 3 still remains 3. This is constant. So when I turn 85, then also 3 will remain 3. I hope I lived that long. So these are constants. X and Y are the situations that we deal with for solving the unknowns. Okay? So here, the variables that you see, these are unknowns. So now if you have to write a two-line essay on an equation, you will say equation is something that has an equal to sign that represents or talks about the outcome on one side and inputs on the other side. And inputs could comprise of knowns as constants and unknowns as variables. That's a two-line essay. I'm pretty sure you guys will not have to write an essay on equation, but if you have to tell that to a 5-year-old kid whom you end up teaching, you'll say this is what is equation. Is that okay? Now, the other theory that I was giving the kids, okay, Anaya was a victim of that. Anaya, Kian, Anahita and Jaganya. I was telling that any equation that you see in life, that is a contract. Now, why you guys are here? Because I have signed a contract with your parents. That okay? Trust me, I'm a decent teacher. I will not disappoint you guys. I'll make sure that I teach your kids to make sure that they learn something from me. Right? That's a contract. If there's no contract, why would you even join this class? Okay? Likewise, when you see an equation, this is also a contract between the variables. X and Y have agreed for this relationship that okay, value of X plus 3 times the value of Y will equal to 15. And that's what I was showing the kids. That here is the contract. I can give a picture to this story by creating a table like this. X and Y have contract. X and Y have contracted based on this condition. That okay, value of X plus 3 times the value of Y will give me an outcome of 15. Okay, they have contracted, but nobody told us what is the value of X. Is it 2? Is it 22? Is it minus 10? Is it 75? We don't know. So we can assume based on our comfort. What if X is 0? Okay, put X equal to 0. Contract is not getting ignored. 0 plus 3y equal to 15. That means 3y equal to 15. Y equals 15 over 3. For the value of x equal to 0, you found the value of y as 5, so that this contract holds true. Kian, am I making sense? Kian is in Kian J. Yeah? So, I'll have to be cautious about calling out the last part of the name as well. Switch okay? Yeah? Okay. Alright. Bhavesh okay?
Yeah.
Now, are we saying that there's only one value of x and y? No, there could be multiple. I can literally play with it. We will play with it. Let's say, how about when x is 2? Put 2 here plus 3y equal to 15. So 3y equals 15 minus 2, that is 13. So y equals 13 over 3. Whatever it is, 4.33 or whatever it comes. Right? So when you have x equal to something, you got 4.33, let's say. And you can literally go on. This table has no end to it. You can put, if you have a lot of time to waste or invest, whatever you call it, you can keep putting different value of x and you'll get corresponding value of y. Or you can put some value of y, you can get a corresponding value of x. Net, this is the contract between x and y. This is the relationship which will give you this outcome, and there are multiple values that you'll get. Okay. So if somebody says tomorrow that can you solve this equation for x and y? What will be the response? I have given you guys one equation, x plus 3y equal to 15, and you are seeing multiple values of x and y. I am saying, can you solve this equation for x and y? Whatever you say, think and tell.
Yes.
You think yes? Okay, I got one answer. How about you, Suchit?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
How about Amaya? No? What do you think? Can we solve it for x and y?
No.
No? How about Swechha? Unmute and say, because if you are not talking to me, how would I listen to you, Beta?
Yes.
Yes, you think you can solve? Kian, A. What do you think?
Wait, can you repeat the question one more time?
I'm saying I have an equation x plus 3y equal to 15. Okay?
I couldn't see that.
Huh?
I couldn't see that. That's my fault.
It's okay. So I'm saying I have an equation x plus 3y equal to 15, and we are seeing that okay, for different value of x, I can get corresponding value of y to abide by this contract. My question to you all is, if somebody just gives me this equation, says, can you solve it for x and y? What will be your response? Kian A and Kian J. Tell me. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes? Ayush, what do you think? Anahita, what do you think? Unmute and tell.
I think I'm gonna tell them there's gonna be a lot of answers. So technically, yes.
So here's the deal. Anahita is thinking in the right direction. And see, the immediate response from you all was, yes, we can solve. Yes, you can solve. But you have so many options to choose from. There's no limited. See, if I ask you, can you guys tell me what is my age? And you'll say, somebody will say 48, somebody will say 49, somebody will say 52, somebody will say 28, somebody will say 35. I'm confused. I don't have an answer for my question yet. That is the situation here also. You have so many options. You don't know what is that one firm answer for the question that is asked. So, the summary of that is, if you have one equation with two variables, you cannot solve it. You will get too many options to get confused. Am I making sense? Ayush, what do you think? Ayush? No, I would expect you guys to unmute yourself and talk to me. I'm not a ChatGPT bot. I'm a normal human being. I love talking to kids, okay? I'm not an AI agent here. So talk to me, respond to me, that gives you more confidence, okay? So, now, this is a reason why I was blabbering about this for this long. What I was saying was, if you have an equation with two variables, you get too many options, but you're not able to get to that point blank answer for the question that is asked. Now look at the situation, okay? If I say 5x minus 9 equal to 21, can you solve it for x? And tell me what is the value of x? Mr. Ayush. Tell me. Now, I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot. I'm just, yes, Kiara.
Sir, the value of x will be 6. The way I found that out.
No. You got the value of x as 6, right? So I'll cut down on the story part, okay? I'll tell you when I need a story, okay? But my question to you is, can you find the answer for this one? Yeah? 100%? That is what I wanted to hear from you guys. When you have one equation with only one variable, you can solve it. When you have one equation with more than one variable, no matter how cute the equation looks, even if the simplest of the equation with two variables will not give you a point blank answer for the question. Yes, Naita. Who are you talking to? You better.
I think we're able to give one definite answer because it only has one variable on which we solve.
Exactly. That's the clue here. Whenever, even if, see, I'm a short 5'6" and a half kind of a tall teacher, right? I cannot look very scary to anybody. Even if you're dealing with a teacher who is 6 and a half and says that solve for this, don't be scared. Say no, I cannot solve for two variables with one equation. You can solve for one equation with one variable. Okay? So am I making sense at all? So this is the takeaway from whatever we have discussed so far. If you have one equation with one variable, you will be able to find the perfect answer, non-negotiable answer from that. If you have one equation with more than one variable, you cannot solve for it. What do you need? You will say, if I'm hungry for 2 meals, I need 2 meals. If I'm trying to solve 2 variables, I need 2 equations. Don't give me one equation and ask me to solve for 2 variables. Does it make sense? Kian J. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Jaganya is still angry with me. I am trying to make her feel better. No, there's some problem with her laptop. She is not responding to me for last 2 classes. I hope her laptop gets fixed and she's able to vent out all the reasons, all the concerns. So, here's the takeaway. And kids, remember this. I gave you guys a question, say, okay, fine. How old I am, and then I said, okay, somebody will say 48, somebody will say 49, somebody will say 36. I'm not 36, I'm 49. What it means to you all. I'm getting old, I might forget your names, okay? If I'm calling somebody with this, like for Bhavish, I was struggling for initial 15 seconds, okay? So, and then I recalled. So if by mistake, if I say anybody's name incorrectly, don't feel bad about it. Keep that as an option. Okay, fine. This guy is an old guy. If he forgets my name, it's okay. Don't be mad about it. Okay. All right. So Suchit, right? Mm-hmm. It takes me a couple of classes to memorize the names, but yeah, don't worry about it. Okay. Now, so we talked about if I have one equation with one variable, we can solve for it. If I have more than one equation. If I have an equation with more than one variable, we cannot solve for it. The deal is, if you have to solve for 2 variables, you need 2 equations. As simple as that. Okay? For me to pay my EMI for 2 months, I need 2 salaries. So is the case here also. Yeah? So look at this. This time x and y, we are tired of it. Let's say I have a variable s. 10s plus 24 equal to 79. No matter what is the name of the variable, doesn't matter. Good news is there is only one variable. No need to worry. 10s equal to 24 goes to the other side, minus 24. This becomes 79 minus 24 is 55. So 10s equal to 55. S equals 55 over 10. And then all of you who have not seen me play with math, I'm showing you guys one more time. So this 55, I can break into 5 into 11, and then this 10 I can break into 5 into 2. tic-tac-toe. 11 over 2. I call it tic-tac-toe, okay? Whenever I have to do larger calculations, I try breaking it down so that we don't have to deal with dividing 55 by 10 might be easy, but then when you're dealing with even bigger numbers, not so very easy. So when you break it down, your calculation becomes simpler, chances of making mistakes becomes less. Yeah? So, one equation, one variable, no big deal, you can deal with it, no problem. Now the question is, if I have an equation with two variables.
I have a question.
Yep.
So how would s equal to 11 over 2? I'm just not getting it. Yeah, because like, shouldn't s be like
55 over 10 is what I had. What I did was 55, I can say, is 5 into 11.
Yeah.
And then 10 becomes 5 into 2. When you multiply a number by something and divide by something, it's the same thing. I call it tic-tac-toe here. So 55 by 10 when you do, see 11 over 2 is nothing but, when you calculate this, it becomes 5.5. 55 by 10 when you do, it also becomes 5.5. The same thing.
okay?
Yeah? Yeah? And this is a perfect question. This is what I encourage all the kids to do. Whenever I'm teaching something is not clear, don't hesitate, don't be afraid of asking questions. I love when you guys ask questions. Genuine questions, okay? Don't ask me, oh, why this color of this wall is grey. That I might not have a good answer for. Yeah? And I was thinking where this class is going. Again, beware. I have a habit of cracking dad jokes, like every dad does. So, you'll have to deal with those dad jokes also, that comes for free in the class. So, we saw one equation with one variable, no problem, right? Even if I say 2x minus 7 equal to 15, this also you can solve. So, I'm not going to waste your time and energy dealing with one variable with one equation. That part you guys are clear, right? Everybody is clear? Swechha, Naita, Ayush, Yuganya, both the Kians, and Bhavish, Marco, Suchit. Everybody clear? Now hear the beat. I have one equation x plus y equal to 15 and 2x minus y equal to 7. I'm trying to solve for x and y. Okay? When I had only one equation to solve for x and y, you guys told me that don't waste your time, you cannot solve two variables with one equation. So the agreement we had was, okay, we need at least two equations, then we can deal with it. Yeah? That's what we agreed for, right? Don't deny that. It was recorded on this video. It will go on to YouTube as well. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. So the thing is, we have two variables with two equations, we can solve for it. There are two methods that you can use. One is called method of substitution and second one is called method of elimination. Has anybody heard about these two methods? Anybody? Yeah, Bhavesh, say something.
Wait, what? Asking a question.
Now I'm saying, when I have two equations to solve for, there are two methods. One is called method of substitution and one is called method of elimination. Okay? I was just checking if anybody has heard about it. Yes, Naita, go ahead.
I think I heard someone say it before, but I don't remember.
Hey, it's okay. No, I'm just checking from where I have to start, okay? Yes, Kian. What have you heard?
The actual message of or the method of elimination is eliminating that because it's telling you to because it's telling you to subtract that it can be
I'll show you guys the step-by-step thing, okay? Don't worry about it. But just keep this in mind. Yeah, Mark.
What are the two names?
Method of substitution and method of elimination. Don't worry about it. This video will be there for you, okay? After the class I upload it and you guys can watch it later to catch up on it. Don't worry about taking notes. Now, let's look at it. Substitution is what? When you substitute something, right? If I have, let's say, x, I can substitute x equal to 2 or I can substitute x equal to 5, whatever I feel like, right? I mean, You are replacing that with some value. Yeah? So, now let's come to this point. I have this equation, okay? X plus y equal to 15. What is the value of, let's say, y? Let's find out the value of y from this equation. Meaning, I want to keep y on one side, move everybody to the other side of the wall. So 15 minus x. We got the value of y equal to 15 minus x from the first equation. Okay? Okay. Now, whatever I got as the value of y, I will substitute this value in this equation. So 2x minus y, whatever I had as y, I am putting it here in the second equation. I had first equation is this, second equation is this. From this equation we found the value of y, which is this, and then took this value of y from the first equation and substituted in the second equation. Yeah? That's why I am calling it method of substitution. And now you'll see the agenda behind it. So this became 2x minus 15, minus into minus becomes plus x equal to 7. That is 2x plus x, 2 banana plus 1 banana is 3 bananas, minus 15 equal to 7. What did we get here? By doing all the drama and circus, we came to a point where I have an equation with only one variable. That was the hidden agenda that we had. Yeah? Because in the beginning itself I told you guys that if you have an equation to solve, you are perfectly fine as long as you have to solve for only one variable with one equation. So, since we got both the equation with two variables and we didn't know how to progress, what we did was from this we found the value of one variable y, which I chose y, I could have chosen x also, both were fine. Got the value of y in terms of x and substituted in the second equation, and because of that what happened was I came to a point where I have one equation with one variable. From this I can find out the value of x. 3x minus 15 equals to 7. That means 3x equals 7 plus 15. That is 3x equals 7 plus 15 is 22. X equals 22 by 3. I got a perfect answer for x. There is no discussion around 20 options to choose from. I got one perfect answer for x. And if I plug in this value in any of the equation, I'll get a perfect value for y also. M-I-E making sense. Yeah? So if you look at this whole journey here, let me create a story for you guys. Because if you guys have a story in your mind, it becomes very easy to relate to it. If you have one equation to solve with one variable, very easy, no big deal. But if you have more than one variable in the equation, you need as many equations. Now, but again, if you look at this equation, it gives you multiple options of x and y to get this outcome. If you look at this equation alone, this gives you multiple options of x and y. What you're doing is you're getting them married together. You're trying to find out the value of one variable from this equation, substitute in the second one, and because of that, you got to a point where you have one equation with one variable. And that is what we wanted, because one equation with one variable is the desired state, because you are able to get the perfect answer. And once you get that answer, you're substituting. In the whole trajectory of events, what you're seeing is, you're substituting the value of y here, and once you got the value of x, you're substituting it back. That's why this method is called method of substitution. Acha, what does it mean, beta? Is it okay? Bhavish? Clear?
Yeah,
Anahita? Anaya? Both the Kians? Everybody okay? Comfortable? Marco? Suchit? Yes, Anahita.
Your voice was breaking up the whole time and I couldn't see your video.
Yeah, you can watch the video on this part, right? I mean, see, in my whole video of the class, there are a lot of times when I'm blabbering, right? That part you don't have to waste your time for. You can skip that part and get to business wherever I'm explaining things, okay? So, after the class when I upload it, just watch that part to make sure that you understood it right and make your own notes. So that way you will write that in the way that you understand. You don't have to rely on a 49-year-old to make your own story. Yeah? And do I take pride in being 49-year-old? I mean, that's a reality. I cannot hide it anymore. So many grey hairs all around. Alright, so coming back to the thing, we use the method of substitution to be able to solve this. Okay? Now, there's one more thing that you would have noticed. In this whole solution approach, I mean, I don't know if I was not a math person or not an engineer, what I would have been from a career standpoint. But I like stories. Meaning, when I'm solving this problem, I'm telling it like a story. I'm doing this, then I'm doing this, then I'm doing this, then I'm getting this, then I'm getting this. These are the sequence of events which are written as step-by-step process. And I suggest you guys to also follow similar steps because it will enable you to be able to review what you have done. If you jump from here to straight here, and if this calculation goes wrong, you would not know how to decode it. So I always prescribe the kids to solve the problem in a step-by-step way, like you're telling the story. Yes, Kiara?
So basically, there's these certain steps in order to find the variable, and this is how you do it.
I mean, I would not say these are steps. It's like this. If, let's say, if I'm asking you to add 5, 7 and 9. 5, 7, 9. You will not add them all together, right? In one go. You'll say, okay, 5 plus 7 is 12 and then 12 plus 9 is 21. So, this is how the brain works, right? It works in a sequential manner. There's no multi-threading happening in the brain. Whatever the way your brain thinks, that's what you're putting on paper, okay? So, you'll say, okay, 5 plus 7 plus 9. When you're doing it, okay, you'll say 5 plus 7 is 12 plus 9. 12 plus 9 is 21. The way you're processing in your mind, I want you to write that while solving it. So that way, it's easy for you to know that, okay, if you jump from here to 21, you would not know whether you went wrong while adding these two or whether you went wrong when adding these two. Yeah? So review, solving problem is easy. Having the ability to be able to review what you did is even more important because that is where you can improve your chances of getting a better score, doing better with respect to whatever you do. So Icha, do you agree with that? So Icha is already getting tired of my speech. I preach only the things that I practice, okay? So whatever I'm doing here, that's what I'm teaching you guys. Yeah, it will make you guys more confident, it will make me more confident as well. So we saw this one, method of substitution. We might not get time to talk about method of elimination because method of elimination I don't want to teach you guys just like that. There is a theory around equivalent equation or equivalent expression. And I would want to touch upon that before I explain you guys how to do method of elimination, okay? So, I'm not rushing for it. I will only rush as much as we enjoy, okay? So, I will not push for it. So, let's do one thing. I'm giving you guys one problem to solve. Let's say 2x minus y equal to 15 and x plus 3y equals 71. Let's say 23. I want you guys to give it a shot. Using the method of substitution. Just try it once. I mean, go wrong. It's okay. This class is meant for making mistakes. I just want you guys to get your hands dirty. See how dirty my hands are right now. I want your hands to get dirty as well.
Sir, can you read the equations out again? I can't see them.
2x minus y equal to 15 and x plus 3y equal to 23.
Okay.
See, you want my hands to get even more dirty? I will write it cleanly. Better? Kian, both the Kians, you guys can see the question?
Yeah.
Go for it. Wake me up when you guys are done. I'm going to take a quick nap. Just kidding.
Sure, I'm done.
You're done? Okay. What is the value of x and y for you? Don't explain how, because I want everybody to give their own, use their own approach.
For the first one, it's x equal 10 and y equal 5.
Okay.
And
Fine.
then for the second one, one of those many, but the possible answer is x equal 20 and y equal 20.
No, so I will rule out all that you said. You have not solved it. I said method of, you have two variables, two equations. You have to get perfect answer. What is the value of x? What is the value of y?
I
And
just thought the value of x in the first one is 10.
there is no first one. This is a system of equation. You have two equations which you have to solve using the method of substitution to get the value of x and y combined. There is no first one, second one.
Also, the x has to. I get it.
Oh, see, that's what. Give it a try. I know, see, I'm not that magical a teacher where I'll say something and you guys will learn everything. I just want you guys to try to know where you guys are getting stuck, where I have to put that gentle push to get you guys through. I'll give you exactly 2 minutes and then I'll take 2 minutes for solving it, okay? And you will see me narrating a story, okay, when I'm solving it. What's happening in Avatar? Anaya, Swechha, Bhavish, what's happening?
I'm getting decimal.
I just solved it. I did the same one that Kian did. I did the same mistake. I'm just redoing it.
Okay, that's okay. I mean, I'm just seeing.
You don't understand.
You don't understand? It's okay. Anaya, you were saying something better.
I'm still doing it.
Okay. So just because we have reached almost time for this class, so let me do this in a very simple way, okay? Okay? Everybody with me? Jaganya, are you with me, beta? Jaganya is once her microphone starts working, she is going to blast me. Okay? That's what it looks like. So here's the thing. When we have two equations, and we talk about method of substitution, meaning we'll find out the value of one variable from one of the equation and plug it into the second one. Okay? Here, I have x plus 3y equal to something, 2x minus y equal to something. Whether we are getting decimal or natural number, whole number, let's not worry about it. I never said that it's going to be a natural number only. Whatever it comes, it comes. X plus 3y equal to 23, 2x minus y equal to 15. When I look at this question, okay, I'm leaning towards this guy because I see a straight x here right in front of my eyes. So if I pick this equation, I can say x equals 23 minus 3y. I get the value of x straight away. I can see it right in front of myself. Correct? Now I got a value of x from this equation. What we'll do is, we'll take this value of x and plug it into this one. That's where we are substituting. So we take the value of x from here and plug it into here. So 2 times x. X is what? 23 minus 3y. That's what we got just now. 2 times of x minus y equal to 15. So from this equation we found the value of x. We took this value of x and plugged it into this situation, this equation. Yeah? Everybody with me? Kian A, Kian J, Ayush. Yeah, Swechha, Anaya, everybody, Bhavish. Okay. Now it's all about breaking this bracket open. Yeah, Marco, Suchit, okay? Yeah. So now, how do I break it open? I'll multiply this with this guy, multiply this with this guy. Yeah? So 2 times 23 is 46. minus 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6 y minus y equal to 15. That means 46 minus 6y minus y becomes minus 7y equal to 15. So I'll make this guy move to other side so it becomes positive and bring this guy to this side. So it becomes 46 minus 15 equals plus 7y or 7y. Yeah? So 46 minus 15 is 31 equal to 7y. Let me rewrite it in a better way. 7y equal to 31. I just flipped it, that's all. So y equals 31 over 7. What it is? Yeah? We got the value of y here. Now we'll take the same value here and plug into any of the equation. Be it here, doesn't matter. If I'm plugging it here, it becomes 2x minus y. Y is 31 by 7 equal to 15. So 2x equals 15 plus 31 by 7. This becomes 15 7 is 105 plus 31. So 2x equal to this. 2x equals 105 plus 31, 146 by 7. That means x equals 146 by 7. This. Okay? So this is 73 by 7. Whatever it comes to. Okay? So you got value of x and y. This is pure place substitution. You have two equations, you picked up one equation, randomly you can pick any of them, okay? No reservation, no constant there. You pick this one, from this you will find the value of y, plug that value of y here. You pick this one, from this you can find the value of x, plug this value here, that's it. Net, your goal is to get to a point where you do all the drama and circus to get to a point where you have one equation with one variable, because that is your desired state. Remember this one punchline of mine. With all this juggling, we are trying to get to a point where we have one equation with one variable. And that is exactly what we'll do with method of elimination also. Our goal will be to get to a point where we have one equation with one variable. That's it. Here this method is substitution, there the method will be elimination. But before we talk about elimination, I'll give you guys some background to it and then we'll play with that. Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Exhausted, tired, bored, frustrated? Okay, alright. Have fun guys. We'll talk again after tomorrow. Same time. Not same time, we'll talk at 7 p.m. Yep?
Tomorrow?
Not tomorrow, day after tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
I'll not torture you guys that much, don't worry. Okay?
Thursday.
Bye, sir.
Thursday. Yeah, bye bye, good night.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.